Let's call them the 4 Pillars of Allocation. If you don't score highly on all 4, you don't exist. Now walk into a Rolex authorized dealer. Ask for a steel Daytona 126500LN or a G. 90% of walk-in customers, that call never comes. Omega produces roughly half that. Breitling about a third. Patek Philippe produces just 70,000 watches per year. And yet, no transaction. One study from 2024 showed that 68% of steel sports Rolexes go to repeat clients. Even if the list were real, at 300 watches. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you walked into a Ferrari dealership with $250,000 in cash, how long would you wait to drive home? 20 minutes? An hour? They'd hand you a cappuccino, print the paperwork, and you'd be gone before lunch. Now walk into a Rolex authorized dealer. Ask for a steel Daytona 126500LN or a GMT Master 2 Pepsi, or even a humble Submariner, no date. What happens next is strange, almost humiliating. The sales associate smiles politely. They don't take your money. They don't even take your name. They say, "The list is closed," or "We'll call you when something comes in," or my personal favorite, "Have you considered our pre-owned section?" You leave empty-handed, confused, maybe a little angry. The average quoted wait time today? Between 2 and 5 years. But here's the kicker. For 90% of walk-in customers, that call never comes, ever. You think it's a queue. You imagine a spreadsheet somewhere sorted by date of inquiry. First come, first served. Fair and orderly. That spreadsheet does not exist. It never has. The Rolex Waitlist is a ghost, a fiction, a velvet rope designed not to manage demand, but to manage people. And the truth is brutal but simple. The waitlist isn't about time. It's about client. Let's start to the number that will break your brain. Rolex produces more than 1.24 million watches every year. That's according to their 2024 production estimates from Morgan Stanley and Lux Consult. 1,240,000 units. To put that in perspective, Omega produces roughly half that, Breitling about a third, Patek Philippe produces just 70,000 watches per year, and yet, nobody waits 5 years for a Nautilus. Actually, they do, but that's a different story. Here's the point. Rolex makes more watches than any other luxury brand on earth, by a massive margin. So why can't you buy one? Because the problem isn't supply. It's distribution and human behavior. The average authorized dealer in the US receives only about 200 to 300 steel sports watches per year. That's across Submariners, GMTs, Daytonas, and Explorers combined. Meanwhile, that same dealer has a wait list, real or imagined, of 3,000 to 5,000 names. Do the math. Even if the list were real, at 300 watches a year, the person at position 3,000 would wait 10 years. But the list isn't real, because Rolex and its dealers learned a hard lesson in the early 2000s. Back then, you could walk into any store and buy a Submariner at a discount. The brand was respected, but not worshipped. Then the steel Daytona became the first impossible watch. Then social media happened. Then the crypto boom. Then COVID stimulus checks. Then the great hype explosion of 2021 to 2022. At the peak, a steel Daytona that retails for $15,100 was trading on the secondary market for over $48,000. That's a 218% premium, and that's when the game changed forever. Forget the wait list. When you leave the store, the dealer asks themselves 4 questions. Let's call them the 4 Pillars of Allocation. If you don't score highly on all 4, you don't exist. Pillar 1, spend history. Not just money, irrelevant money. Can you buy the watches nobody wants? The two-tone Yachtmaster with the Oyster Flex bracelet, the 37mm gold and steel Datejust with the diamond dial, the Cellini Rolex-made address watch, and nobody bought it. If you buy the poison, you earn the right to buy the medicine. A 2025 survey of Rolex Forum members found that the average entry cost to receive a steel Daytona allocation was $31,000 in prior purchases. That's not a rumor, that's a documented threshold. Pillar 2, likability. Are you a pain? Do you call every Tuesday? Do you bring in printouts from Chrono 24? Do you mention grey market prices like it's a bargaining chip? The sales associate has 500 names. They will sell the $15,000 watch to the person they actually want to drink a $15 glass of champagne with. Social skills beat seniority every single time. Pillar 3. Local network. Can you send business their way? Do you own a restaurant where the manager wants a reservation? Do you run a real estate firm that buys corporate gifts? Are you plugged into the local country club or charity garner circle? Dealers are small business owners. If you can bring them 10 new clients, you become a VIP. It's not corruption, it's just economics. Pillar 4. Long-term behavior. Are you a tourist chasing a tax refund? Or are you a local who will bring your son here in 10 years for his first watch? The dealer wants an annuity, not a transaction. One study from 2024 showed that 68% of Steel Sports Rolexes go to repeat clients with at least 3 prior purchases. If you have these 4 things, the waitlist shrinks to weeks or months. If you don't, you're stuck in the phantom zone forever. Now here's where the story gets interesting and recent. From 2020 to early 2022, the grey market was insane. A Panda Daytona hit $52,000. A Pepsi GMT hit $32,000. People were taking out second mortgages to buy watches they planned to flip. Then, the bubble started to leak. By mid-2024, prices had fallen significantly. The same Daytona dropped to around $28,000. The Pepsi fell to $19,000. The Submariner Date went from $18,000 peak to $14,500. Why? Rising interest rates made credit expensive. The crypto crowd lost their shirts. And Rolex quietly started punishing flippers, cancelling allocations to known resellers, and even buying watches back from the secondary market to control supply. But here's the catch. Even with the correction, every single Steel Sports Rolex still trades above retail, way above. And the waitlist at authorized dealers? It didn't get shorter. In some cases, it got longer because Rolex started reducing allocations to stores that got caught selling to flippers. You have a choice. Pay the grey tax, $20,000 for a Submariner, $30,000 for a Daytona, and have it tomorrow. Or pay the relationship tax, $25,000 in jewelry and two-tone watches you don't want, and maybe get the call in a year. There is no free lunch. There never was. This is the part Rolex doesn't put in their advertising, but it's the most important part. The waitlist isn't a failure of logistics, it's a deliberate psychological weapon. Behavioral economists call it the scarcity heuristic. When something is hard to get, the brain automatically assigns it higher value, even if that value is imaginary. Add a gatekeeper, a wait, and an unpredictable phone call, and you trigger something even more powerful, the dopamine loop of variable reward. Think about it. You don't know when the call will come. Could be tomorrow, could be never. That uncertainty, that slot machine rhythm, is scientifically proven to be more addictive than a guaranteed reward. When you finally see that unknown number on your phone at 4:17 p.m. on a Tuesday, your brain floods with dopamine. Your heart rate spikes. You answer, and they say, "Your watch is here." That moment is engineered, manufactured, designed to feel like winning the lottery. And here's the irony. The watch itself is irrelevant after that. The thrill is the chase. The phone call is the product. Rolex sells the ring, not the watch. You hate the game, but you still want the watch. Fair. Here are 3 moves that actually work. Move 1. Buy vintage, but with data. A 1990s Submariner reference 16610 can be had for $9,000 to $11,000. That's less than retail on the new model. No AD, no games, no jewelry tax. And from 3 feet away, nobody knows the difference. Move 2. The pre-owned pivot. If you have $15,000 to spend on a steel Rolex that you can't actually buy, take that money to the pre-owned market for something better. A solid gold Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, a JLC Reverso Tribute, a Grand Seiko with the spring drive and that insane Zaratsu polish. Those dealers will thank you. They'll remember your name. They won't make you wait. Move 3. Become unignorable. Stop asking for a watch. Start asking for advice. Walk in and say, "I'm restoring a 1978 Porsche 911. Do you know any local watchmakers who service vintage Valjoux movements?" Become a person of depth, not just a wallet on legs. The list is full of rich people. It is empty of interesting people. Be the latter. So here's the secret the crown doesn't want you to know. The watch on your wrist doesn't measure time. It measures patience. It measures social proof. And right now, it measures whether you understand the difference between being a client and being a customer, because they've already proven they belong on the other side of the glass. The waitlist was never a queue. It was always a filter. Which side are you on?